Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Crypto Spaces. I am back with another 100x to potentially 1000x gem on the channel. We all know about real world assets, RWAs, how they're moving stocks on chain. We see the institutional investors that have finally come into the space, and we see that time and time again. Well, I have a gem for you guys that is on base chain, no tier 1 exchange listings yet. But the team has been building for a long time. The team is very well connected, and I'm telling you guys, this will be a massive project. This is Edel or Edel. Let me know how to pronounce it in the comment section for the OG holders. Redefining how stocks works for you. So Edel is a lending platform for tokenized stocks, and in the Edel ecosystem, we have Ondo, which is a partner. Xstocks. Xstocks is a company that has moved stocks on chain like MicroStrategy, Coin, Tesla, you name it, Chainlink, Layer Zero, and also connections with Aerodrome. So what is massive about this? Ondo is in the top 100 projects in crypto right now, and a lot of people look at Ondo as their main RWA project, right? So a partnership with Ondo is massive, right? And when you talk about tokenizing stocks on chain, tokenizing equities, that is such a untapped market sector for for crypto, for people that are on chain all the time that don't really trade stocks, right? So you could borrow stocks, collateralize them, and earn, right? So this is a $2.5 trillion industry. Edel is a $2.5 trillion stock lending industry, and they're bringing that on chain. So on average, we see $10 billion in revenue from the banks and brokers for stock lending, right? So bringing that on chain, even if we capture 1 to 10% of that supply or that market share, my apologies, from where Edel is right now in market cap, you could see a potential 100x project on your hands, right? So we see testimonials from the NASDAQ, Franklin Templeton, BlackRock. We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets, right? This is a massive project in my personal opinion, and that's why I'm bringing it to the channel for you guys, because I think this is the next billion-dollar project. We saw, and remember, this is on base chain. We're not trading, Solana crap coins with this one. No crap coins with this one, right? We saw KTA. I saw KTA around similar market cap, around the same price, around 0.02 cent, 0.023 cent, and then KTA went all the way to a billion, 1.3 billion market cap, and KTA has a lot more upside ahead of it, and I think this will do something similar, if not, surpass it, because the market share that it's tapping into is brings in billions of dollars, right? It brings in multiple billions of dollars. So you could see a $1 Edel from here at the price that it's at right now at 0.028 cent. You could see a $1 Edel, $3 Edel, even a $10 Edel. Is it Edel? Edel? I think I'll just stick with Edel. Edel. So you can see a $10 Edel from here, man, and it's one of the only coins that's showing relative strength in this market. A lot of people think we're entering a bear market, but if you look at the daily chart for Edel, you can see, man, it's making moves. It's 6 hours, past 6 hours is up 7%. So entering right now, in my opinion, is a steal. If you have the ability to risk $3,000, $2,800 of your money, you have the ability to risk that, and that's the most you're willing to lose. That gives you around 100,000 Edel tokens, right? That's 100,000 tokens. And you saw what KTA did. KTA went to $1.30, and it still potentially is going to $3 to $5 to $10 for KTA. So you have 100,000 tokens. Edel does the same things. Goes to $1, $2, $3. You have potentially six figures, 100,000 to 300,000, potentially $1 million at $10 per Edel, right? You take a look at their Twitter. They're doing a spaces right now. We have Olivier Dang from Laser Digital Venture. So there's already venture capitalists that are interested in this project. 4,000 followers on Twitter, so it's still brand new, like super early to this, right? That's how you that's how you make it in this space. You have to be early, identify gems early, buy, hold, and then take profits along the way, right? Respectable. Stocks that earn rent, working steadily for you, brought to you by a team from State Street, JP Morgan, Airbnb, and beyond, right? And again, this is on base chain. This reminds me so much of KTA. I sold KTA way too early. It's KTA is at a great entry spot right now. I sold it way too early, but this is around the same price that I found KTA, and I kicked myself for it. So I really think this is in the similar, not with the same use case, but as far as the same upside, 100x potential from here to 1,000x potential is on the cards. I think a $10 Edel is literally on the cards, man. They truly unlock, the stock market lending for stocks, and then you could literally earn yield and all these other DeFi capabilities with stocks on chain. That's a multi-billion-dollar asset right here we have with Edel, right? So again, tokenomics, 50% to be vested, 50% unlocked. Similar tokenomics that I saw with KTA. And I think this is the next, multi-billion-dollar base project. If you have a $3,000, $2,800 to get 100,000 tokens, because I know a lot of people got burnt this year, especially right now, the space we're at right now. I know a lot of people got burnt this year. Obviously the average person can only have like maybe $1,000 to invest, obviously. I get it, because this year has been terrible for me personally in this market. This year has sucked, okay? It has been the worst year for me in crypto this year, 2025. So if you could only invest 1,000, that gets you around like 50k tokens, 40k tokens, somewhere around there. I think that's gonna be a great investment. $1, you make $40,000. $2, $80,000. $10, you make $400,000. That is a great trade, right? That is a great investment, guys. See, somebody just bought 150k tokens just now, before I ever put the video out. So, there's already people trying to front run my audience. There's already people trying to front run my audience, y'all. So, again, James Sherborne, you could look up, you could dive deeper, look it up into his background. Equity analyst from in London. These are real people. At this stage in the market, meme coins are dying. Meme coins are dead personally. Maybe they get another run, but at this stage in the market, you have to be looking at great utility altcoin gems. This guy right here turned $1,000 into 1.4 million trading this year. The worst year for myself. In the worst year of my trading, investing, history, he turned $1,000 into $1.4 million. He probably has more now, but he obviously, a lot of people in the space, they make a ton of money and lose it at first, right? But in the worst year for crypto, that's what he did, right? He 1,400x his portfolio, and look at what he's tweeting about, right? The same project we're talking about today. Stock perp on Hyperliquid. Keep an eye on Edel, because this is the catalyst they need to go really mainstream. Might be the next PVE $1 billion runner on chain. And I personally think it goes beyond a billion market cap. It might get, around the same levels as Ondo's all-time high. Might even flip Ondo. Who knows, right? You never know. No disrespect to Ondo, it's a great project, but I'm saying like this utility that Edel has is, such an important role for where, the market is heading, where institutions are headed. Who's to say there's not a point in time in the future where BlackRock invests in Edel and adds Edel to their portfolio, because they want their customers to earn yield from lending on their stocks on chain. That is also a possibility. So let me know what you guys think of the project. I think it's in a great spot. I think it's gonna go straight to a bit multi-billions in market cap, and I'm not just dreaming here or joking. It reminds me so much of KTA and what KTA did, and I think the utility that it has could go beyond that, you know. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, let me get your thoughts, and none of this is financial advice. I'll catch you in the next one.